Welcome, travellers, to the court of the King of Libra. This is King's Dilemma, a storytelling board game for lots of people. I haven't read the play account. I will be joined by some deceptive nobles around my table to see what happens in this King's Court and to face the challenges of the King's Dilemma, obviously. Hello, welcome back to Dicebreaker. We're going to be playing King's Dilemma today, which is a very, very ridiculously cool looking game that I've been excited about playing for a while. Sara has been playing it for a bit of a review, which has been going to be coming soon, I think, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully a few months. It's quite a long game, about 15 games or so, but we have been playing it, and my God, we've done terrible things.
Yeah.
Just so many terrible things.
So it's a legacy game, so we're going to be playing what is essentially the demo, which is what you play if you were to see it at an event or something like that. And I'm joined by everyone in the Dicebreaker team, apart from Johnny, who couldn't join us today. So we've got on my left...
Yeah, so my house is House Blank, the Dukes of Solad. It's blank because you can fill in the name. They're not called House Blank.
Your House Jarvis. Your House Jarvis.
I know, but you can make the house your own. And they're basically like a load of rich, drunk poets. There's a load of blurb text here. They actually do, the blurb is quite nice, but I'm going to sum it up as they're rich, they're drunk, they like poetry.
They float about on boats, I think.
Yeah, floating about on boats and booze.
Boat parties forever.
Party barge!
Yeah. So I'm the House Jarvis of Ibiza.
And on your left we have, of course, Alex Meehan, staff writer here at Dicebreaker.com, and you will be playing as...
I am House Meehan, Marquesas of Dulac.
Ooh!
Our crest is a hedgehog or maybe a porcupine.
We haven't figured it out yet.
We have been greatly wrong in the past by everyone, particularly the king, but we don't want him to know that because we're cowards.
Fantastic.
So yeah, I think I'm just going to be like looking for ways to blame other people. I think we said we're the Morrissey of the houses. And I'm feeling quite unwell at the moment, so
yeah,
I feel like
you're in a naturally moany state, to be fair.
Yeah, more so than usual.
Yeah, and on the other side of the table we have Alex Lolies, my fellow video producer, and you will be playing as...
I am of House Lolies, Marquesas of Allwed. That's me. There's a whole big blurb about the history and blah blah blah, but I think the most important bit is written right down at the bottom, and it says that we have a reputation of always choosing the easiest path and seeking shortcuts. And since my family hardly takes into account all eventualities, I never do anything to prepare our territory for adversity. I often ask for money from the central government to protect the kingdom from the imminent Cytladian invasion or other phantom menaces that never materialize.
Phantom Menace.
We don't talk about that.
So came out galactic trade. That was worth the punchline.
Yeah, no, I'm really
just stumble over that. It's all in the delivery wheels. Learn from a master.
At a sigil is this
nipple piercings.
nipple clamp. Yeah, it looks like nipple piercings with some chain.
Sara, you're going to be actually playing the house that you're playing as part of your playthrough at home as well.
Yes, I've grown quite fond of this house, House Elsom. I've been calling them Ouroboros, which is a lot more sinister in my general playthrough. We are the Dukes of Natar, and we're effectively, I suppose, the religious state. We're linked to the Mother, Mother with sort of capital M, who is the main religious icon around the entire world of Ankist. Therefore, we actually have quite a lot of power. We're quite fond of witch hunts, quite fond of destroying forbidden knowledge. Ironically, there's a dungeon nearby us full of forbidden knowledge and like ancient secrets, which we've just blocked off because we're like, nope, not interested in that. Let's just look piously toward the Mother. And our house catchphrase is, ignorance is bliss.
Oh, yes.
So that tells you all you need to know about the Dukes of Natar, who
or
are,
is this...
some could say, an extremist cult.
Is that a giveaway? Or house saying is life is to be enjoyed.
Carpe diem, dudes. Oh
YOLO.
my God.
No, it's pretty much YOLO. That's pretty much
Mine is nothing is as it appears, which is
How
just
very
as kind of like,
mysterious.
it's like a lot of like
You're
weird
like
stoner
the
like.
edgy long-haired emo guy
Yeah.
in every Fire Emblem game.
And mine is feel our sting. Which
Oh,
I
because
feel,
you're a porcupine
yeah,
hedgehog.
and we're very stingy.
Hedgehogs don't
Stingy.
stink.
No.
Last but not least, I am, of course, of House Whelan, and I will be playing the Marquesas of Cran. We are drunk and we like killing people.
Okay, but what about your house in the game?
I don't speak in the royal we. So I'm actually bordering you, Lolies, and we're
I know.
right next to Sidlada as well.
And we both don't like Sidlada, right?
Yeah, Sidlada are actually,
issues.
they seem like they're kind of being trampled by our horrible military might because we just keep raiding them and then pretending that, oh, no, there's some horrible raider tribes that are doing that. That's not us. Everyone's kind of secretly aware of the fact that we're horrible, bloodthirsty people, but we don't really mind as a court because I'm keeping the South at bay. And not only that, we make a fantastic wine known as the Drunken Skull, which you may have all heard of. And I'm usually
It's
about
delicious.
2 bottles deep of it. My catchphrase is there is tranquility in death.
All right, Zenyatta.
All right, so let's have a quick rules rundown, Sarah. How do we play King's Dilemma?
So, we're going to be playing a demo version of the game, which is completely spoiler-free. So if you were to buy an actual full copy of the game, none of this content would necessarily be featured within that. So just to clarify that to start
Yeah,
with.
no spoilers. Don't worry
No
about it.
spoilers. Spoiler safe. King's Dilemma is a legacy game, which means that it's designed to be played over around 15 sessions, so 15 of the game that we're about to do. And it works out in 2 phases. The first is a little bit like the choose your own adventure.
That's just immediately revealing all his secrets.
It's because he's drunk.
Sorry, yeah, too much of the skull
Drunken
wine.
Skull,
Drunken
yeah.
skull, yeah.
Sorry, carry on, Sarah.
So the game is split into 2 phases, effectively. In the first phase, which is a little bit like a choose your own adventure thing, you draw a card, you look at the card, it usually has a terrible decision on it, you know, like, do we let the people die of plague? Or perhaps something more simple, like, should we sell souvenirs of our, like, epic swords? And it will have an aye or nay, and some of them, but not all of them, will show you what the consequences of choosing aye or nay would be in quite an abstract way, linked to the kingdom, like, what is it? A kingdom,
Tracker.
yeah, kingdom
Kingdom
tracker, the kingdom scale, which has things such as like the economy, food, knowledge, and these move up or down depending on what decisions you make. The second phase is you read the card, you see what the terrible decision is, and then we all decide what are we going to do. You can vote aye, which means yes, no, which means no, and pass and gather power, or pass and moderate, which takes you out of the voting, but gives you like more power in other ways, which we'll explore as we sort of play through. And as part of this voting thing, sorry, great technical term there, as part of this voting process, essentially you can bluff, you can steal, you can be really nasty about it. You're not necessarily held to anything that you do. And it's kind of where like part of the game that I really enjoy, which is the competitive nasty kind of bit, comes in, because ultimately you're always going to be trying to get your thing through, whether that ties into a secret agenda or whether it just fits into how you want to role play. It kind of, you know, the game doesn't force you either way. Just because you have a particular agenda doesn't mean you always have to vote a particular way. And I think that's basically a summary of it.
I think for the majority of it, you'll pick it up along the way as well.
Yeah.
But at the heart, it's a storytelling game. So
Yeah.
nestle in, get yourself some hot cocoa, and let's hear about the
Watch us
suffering
be
of some
terrible.
serfs.
Oh, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
It sounds a bit like a built-up version of Reigns, the mobile game.
Yeah.
Bit, in that it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
choose the decision and things slide up and down.
It's very this stability gauge here did remind me a lot of Reigns, like
Yeah.
playing it on the sort of the PC, because it is basically the same thing. You know, things change dependent on what you do, but it's where it adds in the kind of bluffing element and the voting element that it comes out as its own kind of game for sure.
Can you remind us how the our game will end? What are the...
Oh yeah, so we have the stability tracker as well, right? So so this little tracker, it might be a little bit more difficult to pick up on my camera because we're not going straight top down on it, but you'll see it right here at the bottom. This is basically either going to go towards you, which is the dark end, and if we reach the bottom end of this scale, the king will die.
Yep.
Straight up die.
He just dies. He has a heart attack when he sees what we've done to the kingdom.
If it goes all the way up, then we are such an efficient council that the king will abdicate and say, you know what, lads, you're all good.
I'm done here. Yeah.
But we're going to go straight from the center, and whenever one of these moves up or down, the stability tracker will move that same amount.
Yeah.
I believe.
Is one or the other a good or a bad thing?
Depends,
it
really.
can depend on your secret
Yeah.
objective, right?
Yeah.
I think certain ones are trying to get you to kill the king or get the king to...
It will also affect what types of point you get at the end. So if the king dies, the person that wins is more likely to get crave, which is sort of like, it's power like prestige, but it's kind of like the darker power. Whereas if they abdicate, you're more likely to get the lighter type of prestige, which is just straight up prestige. Both matter, like prestige and crave. They both count, as from what I understand, toward the end game, which is actually still quite mysterious to me, because like
It's not actually revealed.
Yeah,
is
it's
it?
not actually revealed how you actually win, like long term.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
let's kick this thing off then. Without further ado, would you like to start reading, Sarah?
Yeah, sure, I'm happy to.
Cool.
Although I do like your booming voice.
I can start if you like.
Yeah,
We'll all get a chance.
I do it. You start off.
Okay, so basically we've got a stack of envelopes here, which we're going to open, and we start with this card, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, let's set the scene. Welcome to Ankist. Libra, capital city of the Kingdom of Ankist. The people crowding the main square of the city erupt in a cheer of joy as the prior mother of the cult puts the crown on the head of our new king, Harold IV. Blessed be his name.
Is that written up there?
No. As is tradition, the solemn ceremony will be followed by a feast lasting for 3 days and nights along all the streets of the city, and the many foreign dignitaries from neighbouring countries will take advantage of this time to evaluate the new king and win his favour. A week later, sitting on his throne behind the grand chiselled door of the council room, the new king addresses us for the first time. The time of celebration has come to an end. Then the fate of all is now ours to decide. After a long pause, he adds, will we all be able to carry the burden of responsibility?
He spits in my face.
Yeah. He leans really
Yeah.
far into the
Responsibility.
Do you ever have those teachers in school who did that and you're like, oh god?
So now I'm going to flip this over and
Yeah,
we're
you're
going to shuffle these under here.
Shuffle them in, and
Okay.
then take one from the bottom.
All right. Okay. So these will come at a random order, and then we'll go through the envelopes and we'll get new sets of cards to go through. So, the town of Percy Road has stopped contributing foodstuffs to the kingdom. The local peasants stopped farming and fled to the woody hills nearby, where they are consuming all their supplies in debauched orgies. The Royal Marshal suggests that we send the army to help the local guards restore order. Do we send soldiers to force the peasants back to work? Aye or nay? And then those are our things that we're going to get. So if we do aye, then we're going to get less military but more food.
Yeah, you see that Alex has put out the counters indicating what will happen depending on what decision we make. So you can see here that if we vote to force the peasants back to work, we get an increase in food, presumably because they're toiling in the fields, giving us more food, but a decrease in goodwill, funnily enough. And if we vote no, we get a decrease in military favour and what looks to be a negative sticker.
Yeah. Okay, so we're either going to choose aye, nay, or pass, and then when we choose one, a yes or no, basically, we have to assign some power to it.
Yes.
And then the more power you assign, if you assign more power than any other single person, you become the leader.
You become the leader.
Okay, cool.
Who goes first? Is it yourself?
The leader is whoever has the highest house number at this point.
Oh, that's you.
That's
you,
me.
Yeah.
Right. So, do we send soldiers to force the peasants back to work? Well, that's a strong aye from me with their debauched orgies, bringing shame to the mother. I vote yes, bring them back in line with 2 power.
Well, I say, away the lads. Banter, let's bring on the party.
Yeah, I'm on the banter train. Just let me 2 power on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of banter for me, yeah.
I'll have a little bit of that banter, please.
I forward the banter.
So now, before Lolies puts down her vote, is it the amount of power that's put behind the yes or no? Or is it
Yes.
just the amount of yes or no?
So at the moment, the nays have it, unless Lolies puts in like a bunch of tokens or a nay. But the total amount of power, you basically got 4 for nay and 2 for A, so nay would win.
Okay.
However, because none of you, oh, actually, no, we're tied, but no one put higher than me, so I'm actually still leader, technically. And but nay would still win.
Okay, so you would need to put down 3 power to swing it in favour
Well,
of...
life is to be enjoyed. YOLO. And since the nays have it, I will pass and be moderator, right?
If you want, but is there a tie? Is there any point?
There isn't a tie.
There's no tie. You guys are winning.
Yeah, so you could just gain power instead.
That's what I'm doing by passing.
Yeah, well, you choose either to be moderator
You
or
can
to
either
gain
pass
power.
and gather power, or pass and become moderator.
Oh, I want to be moderator.
Oh, okay. Right.
All right.
So no one put down any more power, so it's not going to go around again. It seems pretty clear. The nays have it.
Yeah, let them party on. Party on, peasants!
No, I'm just trying to score an invite to that sick orgy.
I'm just sat there going, I'm not enjoying it.
Okay, so now what happens? So we put the card.
So all of you that won, you put your power in the centre here, meaning that it's ready to take possibly for the next round if anyone wishes to pass and gather power. I take my power back because I lost.
Okay.
Which is sort of another thing I think game-wise that encourages you to kind of go out a bit, because if you do lose, you just get your power back.
Yeah, might as well, right?
And
Flip
yes,
it.
now we read what's on the
You
card.
flip it in the direction, yeah.
Okay. With the farmers of Percy Road hiding in the deep woods of the nearby hills, the local guards are insufficient in number to bring everybody back to work, which means that we have gone down on our military track and we get sticker 3, which is a bad example. After Percy Road stopped sending foodstuffs to the kingdom with impunity, many other towns now feel entitled to stop sending theirs too, putting the food reserves of the kingdom at risk.
I warned you, you give the peasants an inch, they take a mile.
Oh, you silly peasants. Okay, so we're going to stick this on a separate piece of paper. Normally you put them on the board, but seeing as we don't want to mess up Sara's campaign, do we now sign this?
So Matt signs it.
Matt signs it.
Because
I put the most power in.
most power on the winning side.
Got it. And then what are the little check boxes for?
It's such a great quill.
Yeah, sign it.
That's an actual
Else.
King's Dilemma quill.
Is
that we
it?
got at Esslin, yeah.
It does say
brilliant.
King's Dilemma.
Branded quill. All
Get
right.
your
All
King's
the
Dilemma
rage.
quill now.
You can do it in
now.
10 easy payments.
Let's just do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
So what are these little check boxes for, Sara?
So basically, it's for however many generations you can like tick it off. Because what happens is there's so many stickers, and you can kind of see it on our board, where we actually stick stickers on top of other stickers, because it goes on for like quite a long time.
Okay, cool.
So you tick it out, so it's like next game, if that sticker's still on the board, you tick it out, it means it's been there for a generation.
Got it.
After 3 generations, what happens is forgotten.
Oh.
Yeah, you fade like dust.
It's the statute of limitations. Or
Yeah.
All upsetting peasants.
It's like those sticker books. Yeah, footballers / Pokemon.
But you don't stick them on top of each
Yeah.
other.
Panini,
That would be funnier though.
They become
Yeah.
mega Ronaldo.
Well,
Right, okay, so we have resolved this, so that's now going to go under here, right?
Yep.
And then I'm going to pass the cards to Matt Jarvis, I guess.
House Jarvis.
So you take the bottom
Just draw
card.
one at random. All right. The Holy Attendant reports to us that a statue of the mother in the town of Neonuk has been beheaded by unknown vandals. It can be repaired, but the famous artist Tariq, offended by the incident, offers to replace it with a monumental statue of the mother and her 8 saint daughters. This new piece of art would bring spiritual relief to the town, but Tariq asks for an exorbitant remuneration. Do we fund the new statue?
So what are the results of this one?
Yes, so if we vote to fund the statue, we'll lose gems, which I assume is money, economy, but we'll gain a good sticker. If we vote against it, we will gain a bad sticker, and we'll go down in flags, which is military?
Goodwill.
Goodwill, okay.
So happiness.
All right.
Happiness of the people.
All right. That's where we're at.
Okay. I mean, I'm not super jazzed about that, if I'm perfectly honest.
Bit of waste of money, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm role playing this, so I'm going with what my family would say. Just FYI.
Good to know, mate.
I mean, that's how you play the game, right?
Oh, you don't have to. You could just do whatever you want.
So, do you still vote first, Sarah, because you're leader?
No, you would start
I
voting
get
because you
to
were the leader.
vote. I'm going to say nay. We shouldn't fund that statue. I'm not a big fan of art, to be honest. I prefer paintings,
But
if
you're
anything.
a poet.
Exactly, not sculptors, are we?
Yeah, sculpture's
Yeah.
not real art, not like poetry is.
And I'm going to put one power. Because actually, if we get a statue, whatever.
What ifs?
It's fine,
Yeah.
yeah.
A measly power.
I'll accept the statue, but I'd rather not have it.
Yes. How's Meehan? Not very religious, but neither not religious.
How do you feel about sculpture?
We never had any sculptures.
Nobody gave us any sculptures.
So frankly, I don't give a damn. Passing.
What kind of pass are you doing?
I'm passing to collect power.
Okay.
Fight the power. I would.
Is that how you're voting?
I was trying to remember what voice I was doing. I don't like to spend money on silly things like this, so I'm a nay.
You're YOLO.
Yeah, join the anti-statue.
I'm YOLO, but I always ask for money so I could spend it on parties.
Oh, tomorrow's parties.
Well,
I wonder how you'll vote.
well, while I can't argue with your opinions on art, I will make a case and say that the statue is quite important to the people, if you lot ever think about that. And I will vote yes with 5 power because I believe that the mother is important, and I believe that the people should find succor beneath her stone statue as they did with the old one.
Yeah, I don't really care. So I'm going to gain power. I mean, I can't drink out of it, so I'm not really that bothered.
Does it keep going around?
Well, and nope, because no one has. Basically, when it goes around, it's because someone's put more power on, so it's like another phase.
Oh, it's like upping the ante.
Yeah, upping the ante.
But
But as
you've
it,
put more power on.
but
Yeah.
no one else has put that much power, if that makes sense. So it's like if I put 5 power and then Wheels put like 6 power, then it would like go around again.
You always have to up individually.
Okay.
All right. So, Sarah beats us out with it. All right. You get your damn statue.
You and your damn statue.
See how long this one keeps its head. Don't know why I'm joining the side of the Vandals. That's not what I'm about. But...
So who voted to take power this round?
Myself and Meehan.
Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 1, 2. You're getting a lot of power this,
Oh,
you
power
just
in
split-
Meehan.
this round. And then could you pass me the power bag, please? I'm going to exchange my big token for smaller power change.
Power bag.
Activate.
I've got the power.
By the
Yeah.
power of plastic bag. Oh my word.
It's a lot of power. Basically the equivalent of a power 5er, this one. Put that back in. Big shield.
I bet if you poured water on that, it wouldn't survive.
So I can't remember if we explained this bit, but the power gets divided evenly. So if there's 9 power, they each get 4, and 1 just gets left over for the next round.
Bloody hell, so that's 6 power to put. Oh no, actually I think the power I put in goes to the next round.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That makes sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you get
One
3
left
each.
over, yeah.
With 1 left over.
Fine, I like that.
Pretty good haul.
I'm good with that.
Start early game haul. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, and I get to read this. So, thanks to Sarah, it's an I. Tariq beams as we agree to his fee.
Betty bloody does.
Yeah. Ching! And immediately begins working on his monumental sculpted group of the mother and her saint daughters. When the statue is finally unveiled, he declares his inspiration came from Lyria. Lyria? Lyria. Lyria, the saint daughter of the arts. But the more malicious the more malicious insinuate, don't know why I had such trouble with that. The more malicious insinuate, it came rather from Raelia, the saint daughter of money. Regardless, it is a superb piece of art.
Oh, damning
I mean,
criticism.
can't agree
there.
with-
That's subjective, but yeah, sure.
Like all art.
Guardian review.
So we go down in money by 3 because
Whoa.
it cost us
God.
a bomb.
That
Is
also.
that gonna?
Yeah.
But we get +1 in this scroll, which I assume is arts or culture.
No,
or
that's a
something
sticker,
like
right?
that. +1 in scrolls.
Oh, right.
And then
Oh,
we
we
get
didn't put that.
sticker
No,
1.
that's for no, isn't it? I think.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
No, the
No,
other
I
one
is-
says
I
+1 on
is-
scroll.
+1 on scrolls.
Oh, you,
And
okay,
we
you told us
get sticker 1.
Oh, and a sticker.
Oh.
But there are hidden benefits.
The-
sometimes, right?
In my defence, there are different symbols here.
It's alright to have a look at it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, it's whatever. It's what it does.
Oh, because they
right?
don't tell you
I just read
everything,
the
do
card,
they?
man. I just read the card.
I see. Yes. So yeah, you're right. -3, +1.
Because there are some hidden ones, right?
Yeah,
There
yeah.
are some hidden side effects.
Yep. And sticker 1.
Sticker 1, the Divine Spark. Tariq's new sculpture in Neanak becomes so famous all over the known lands that many of the faithful from abroad undertake a difficult journey to town to admire it.
Tourism.
Yes.
And that is going to be signed by House Elson.
Thank you.
Do we shift
Oh,
down
sorry.
in...
May I have the quill, please?
Oh, yes. Do we shift down in
Yeah,
stability?
does that go down
So we're
three?
doing 3.
That goes down
Wow.
3 and
Wow.
then 1 up.
Good
Ah,
lord.
right, okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
let's chill out, shall we?
Something about knowing you lot doesn't surprise me that the kingdom's immediately just gone to rubble. The peasants are having orgies, we're building statues all over the place.
Spending all our money on
Make
orgies.
it, make
Orgies
it
and
rain.
statues.
Wheat orgies and sculptures, baby.
Oh yeah. We got our priorities straight.
All right,
Me and
pass
you
on the
read 'em.
cards. No, that's a mug. You want the...
That's rude. Don't call her
I
a
know,
mug.
right? Just call me a mug. So wait, I just flip it over like this. Or
You
do I
draw
take the
one.
bottom
Take
card.
I draw 1.
Oh,
There's only
left.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah, having that one then.
There you go.
Other way, other
Other
way.
way, other way.
There we go.
Ooh. The common folk of the Red Oak Village have begun praising a mysterious pagan deity. I know, right? Scandalous. The prior mother thinks that tolerating such paganism may destabilize the kingdom and lead it away from the grace of the mother, and recommends creating a religious tribunal to restore the true faith and convert to heretics. The librarian chancellor, however, thinks that such cultural diversity may benefit us in the long run, and that our money could be better spent elsewhere. Do we create a religious tribunal?
Right, what are the options?
So more money on religious stuff.
More
things?
money.
Yeah. So an I means that
Oh, sorry. There's no I.
I've got a money symbol and a tower symbol, which I believe is military.
colour?
Down money, up military.
For I.
Ah, yes.
Aye.
Or catchphrase.
And nay is a scroll, I believe,
Which
going
colour?
up.
Yeah.
That's it?
To increase knowledge.
Yes.
Interesting.
I, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's slap that knowledge up, gang.
Okay.
So, sorry, you're the leader, right?
Yep, I'm leader. So, well, I don't care much for tribunals. I find them rather lengthy and arduous. I think it would be much easier if we just executed them. So,
Don't think that's an option, but...
it's not an option. You know, things were easier back in my dad's day, back when people respected the mother and all the religions and didn't faff about with silly pagan idols. I'm going to pass and gather power because I don't want to dirty my hands with those pagan ruffians.
Right. I think let's not spend any more money, because if we spend any more money, then we're not going to be buying my wine. So let's just crack down some power on Nay there. That's 3 on Nay.
I disagree, sir. And I will fund this tribunal with 5 power.
Whoa! When did you become Mr. Religion?
Look at you.
I had no idea you were so taken by the mother, House Jarvis. please do explain why the sudden turn of favour.
I just like spending money. I figure we're on a spending spree already with this statue. We might as well, you know, might as well keep spending.
Yeah, no, great idea. Yeah.
These are the decisions that need to get made.
And what of House Meehan?
Yes. Well, seeing as we have such a terrible time, I want other people to also have a terrible time.
That is fair.
if we suffer so much today, so I will also.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
am truly moved, wiping away a tear, by your devotion to the mother and to her subjects. House Elson will remember this.
I couldn't care less. I have a rave to get to.
Oh no!
I pass because I want power.
Oh, and I've become leader, right?
Yep, you're
Oh
leader.
God!
You get
Oh yeah! You can see why I was made.
Mavis.
You can see why I was made advisor, and now I'm leader. It's
do
my
this first?
shrewd spending
Yes, so we get
that
2
I
each,
think
I
put
believe.
me in this
3
position.
each.
Yeah,
Ooh,
shrewd is the
more
word.
power than I thought.
So your power goes in the middle as well, right? And then you read the card with an I. I. So graceful.
Have you pulled yourself together?
No, you're going to bankrupt this kingdom, you lot.
The most zealous judges in the kingdom are selected to form a special tribunal. Its task will be to investigate the cult of the Horned Blaze, as it is called, to restrain this blasphemous belief from spreading all over the realm, and to restore unyielding belief in the mother.
Does anyone else think that the Horned Blaze was just the people in the fields, the orgy people, that have just created this religion?
More like horny blaze, am I right?
Can we like blaze it up 420?
Pass me that wheat.
That's what's engraved at the bottom of the statue.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
wheat
bomb,
farmer is
yeah.
more like weed farmer. So right.
So plus military strength 2.
Military. Where did this come from?
So we're actually
Yeah, we're neutral again.
Good.
we're back on track.
And -1 monies.
But it becomes 2 because of our
monies.
thing.
Does this go down 2 then
Yep.
as well?
It's down to
$.
We're a bit broke, gang.
Make it rain.
We
We're
have.
cultured.
I want to put this
Not
in,
really,
in
but, like,
easy to understand
slightly.
terms. Easy to understand terms. We have 4 money.
We have -4 money, I think.
No, that's because that's
Oh, no.
9, right?
Oh, weird,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
right.
It's like the pH scale.
Okay. Thank you. That clears it up.
If I can't have money, neither can anyone else.
Yeah. We're working towards a
Bitter
money-free
house.
state.
Are we?
Yeah.
I didn't know we were signed up on that. Right, so now
Okay.
we move on to the next envelope, do we? Because we've run out of cards.
yes.
Who opens?
Me.
Oh, I think actually.
next to read.
Sorry, if
Ooh.
I can just take a look at that. So we voted yes, right?
Oh, D.
We
Yeah.
actually open up envelope D5.
Oh.
D-
So
D5.
you can open up an envelope D5.
We're causing such a ruckus that we've jumped 4 envelopes.
Here you
Me or
are.
Meehan?
Lolies, right? Because it's Lolies' turn to read.
Yeah, so it's done.
Yeah.
Yes, you can read out the introduction text as well.
Which one is the introduction to? This one.
It'll be like the front one.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah, I
oh,
think
it
it's
looks
that
like there's an effect there as well.
Yep. The signer of this card can choose another player who must immediately discard 3 prestige.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Do I flip this?
Yep.
Okay. The wisest scholars and priestesses in Ankist are sent to the Mark of Dualac with a large contingent of royal guards.
Hey, oh.
This new tribunal, known as the... I'm going to do this just in case anyone sees it. This new tribunal, known as the Inquisitorial Court, will have the task of investigating the tenets of the Horned Blaze. Soon enough, many heretics are arrested and questioned. The court reports that the followers of the Horned Blaze believe that the end of times is approaching. This is an alien concept to our cult, which believes in the cyclical reincarnation of souls. For this reason, many of these heretics are squandering the local resources and acting irresponsibly, convinced that it makes no sense to worry about the future if there is no future. Word. Even more worryingly, the followers of the Horned Blaze insinuate that the mother herself may be the root of the impending doom. The heretics seem to be a threat both to the cult and to the kingdom itself.
Can I just point something out? This is Dualac, which is your ends, right?
No,
Your
Yes?
ends, right.
Oh.
Well, both of you have been splurging money all over the place, and now you're punishing all your
Yeah.
peasants for following your example.
serve them
They
right.
never said. They never said we were doing the punishment. Just putting that out there.
So
I
who gets
deny
to sign
all
the
charges.
I believe it will be the leader again, because Matt's still leader.
Thanks so kindly.
And I just shuffle the rest, right?
The signer of
let's
this card
shuffle
can
in
choose
and then,
another player who
pick
must
up one from the
immediately
bottom.
discard free power.
Yes.
I'm going to pick House Elsum. Sorry.
To be fair, there's a lot of zealotry going on.
I'm just concerned about the sway that religion's having. Partly as of my own actions, but
Yes, that didn't stop you putting together the tribunal full of zealots, though, did it, Jarvis?
By the way, what are these fields over here for? Are they for anything? Because there's like symbols on them and stuff.
I think,
Yeah, so
They're
they
for these
match with the
cards.
symbols.
Yeah, so that-
so yeah, that has a matching symbol. So I'm assuming I'm putting it there.
What was this earlier? This was the second.
That just goes under because that was kind of that chapter.
Okay. Right. Card and things. The Inquisitorial Court discovered a new heretical pamphlet claiming that the Horned Blaze would just be another representation of the ninth daughter, an old, persistent, and heinous heresy. The cult has been fighting for centuries, as everybody knows that the mother only ever had 8 daughters. Do we burn the pamphlet before anyone can study it? And we've got scroll, positive scroll for nay, negative this one for nay, and
public opinion is that.
I is negative scroll. What scroll again? Knowledge?
Scroll's
Knowledge.
knowledge, yeah. So we're either going to gain or lose knowledge based on our decision.
Yeah.
But if we say no, we'll also lose public opinion.
That's my favourite video game series, The Negative Scroll. Sorry,
Very good, mate.
it's another banger.
Well, look, I just want to start these before we even talk about votes, right? Ninth things is already a sore point for me because Pluto is a bloody planet, all right? So let's just not throw away people's
Keep your
ninth
heresy
thing.
out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you're against me, no?
Yeah.
No,
Thank you
shut
for
up. So, what do we reckon, Mr. Leader?
Yeah.
Oh
come on.
right.
House Jarvis.
I'm gonna say burn it. We're having enough trouble as it is. Just burn the scroll. Have it done with.
Why are you
Easy.
sowing so much dissent in our kingdom?
I live for.
It's the one positive thing we've got is knowledge, and you're already trying to get rid of it.
Yeah,
might
we
say
don't. We
knowledge
don't
is
want the
not a
peasants
positive.
having knowledge. That
Well, it's
doesn't
not
help.
necessarily just the
That doesn't
peasants,
help the
everyone.
elite. The more knowledge they have, the more dangerous they are.
Wow.
Anyway, join House Jarvis.
Are you going to vote, like, with your cards?
Yeah, sorry. I was so caught up in just.
Getting caught up in
So I'm
speech.
going to vote aye. We should burn it with 1 power.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
What
Really going for it.
conviction you have.
Well, I'm hoping that our religious cult across the way.
Whose power you've just stricken.
Oh yes, your good friend Elson,
Well,
who you've
doesn't this-
treated so well in recent
Doesn't
times.
this question the core of your beliefs or something like that? If there's another daughter, you don't want that getting out there, surely. That's not going to help you. So
Well,
You know.
let's see what House Meehan has to say.
ignorance is bliss.
Dulak has experienced too much control and interruptions from the military presence. I say, let our people do what they want. We are not burning the scroll. I'm putting 7 pounds.
Whoa!
You can't control us.
Once
Fight
again,
the power.
once again, I couldn't give a rat's, couldn't give a rat's fart. I pass for power.
You are. The history will forget you.
Meehan, you are just a posh golem, by the way. The military presence. Well then, zealotry on its way.
Well,
House Elson.
this is a tough one, as we've been rather recently wounded by an old companion of ours, somewhat ruining our power sources. In this case, I, like the snake, must retreat and gather power.
I'm not the snake, I'm the keys.
No.
But they are the snake.
No, I'm the snake.
Oh.
I'm the snake. I'm the snake.
I'm sorry.
Snake
Wait,
retreats.
sorry.
keys go
Doing a
jungle.
Who's the snake? I'm getting confused now. Are you the snake?
No, I'm the boat.
You're the liquid snake.
Liquid.
Liquid. I will be voting aye. Nay, sorry.
Oh, come on, Joy.
No!
Come on. Come
Positive
on.
knowledge. Yes.
Probably didn't need to do that.
I did.
You're drunk.
I know.
He's like, let me have fun.
I want to learn things. Screw religion. Let's learn.
I'll take my power back.
Yeah, you will.
Surely you'd be all for it because you're like a poet and stuff.
So you're gonna get 3 each.
Thank you.
I feel like this is the only time I'm ever going to splurge. I just wanted to do it.
Go on then, put it in.
Look at all that tasty
Get
power.
your power in.
Tasty, buttery power.
You as well. And you're the leader now, right? Meehan.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, Meehan's the leader.
House
The
Meehan.
leader.
Right,
And-
what's happened,
oh,
Lolies?
yes.
Flip
Of course.
the card.
So that was
That was
Nay.
a nay.
nay.
Boo.
The heretical pamphlet recounts a few obscure references actually found in the holy text that may indeed imply the existence of the infamous ninth daughter. The prior mother dismisses them as metaphorical speech, but many are frightened by this revelation and start to suspect that the cult is hiding something. We've got -2 on the flag thing. What's that one again?
Public opinion.
And +2 on knowledge. We are very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Oh, so that just
Yes. Ooh,
Get
and,
that
fine.
knowledge, baby.
that actually gets a
Relatively stable.
positive.
Oh, the first time we've
Look
had a
how good we are
positive.
at knowledge now, gang. Let's carry it on.
We know a lot, but we're dirt poor.
We're like the classic poets.
Yes.
We know loads, but we don't have any money because we spend it all on opium.
Yeah.
Or statues.
Ah, delicious opium. Right. The history of the Horn Blaze is spreading. Well, I suppose we could put that down to a few people. The holy attendant thinks that if we started preaching that the Horn Blaze itself is just an alternative representation of the mythical spear of Orsal, the saint daughter of strength.
Yes, of course.
Yes. We might find common ground with the heretics and prevent further attacks on the devoted. The inquisitorial court, however, fears that coming to terms with these doomsayers will taint our cult and erase an important part of our culture. Do we try to absorb the heresy of the Horned Blaze into the cult of the Mother? I gives us good food, presumably because the Horned Blaze have a lot of wheat, and
wheat.
negative knowledge, and nay gives us negative food.
Right. I mean, all right, Meehan, what are you saying?
Wait, what?
I mean, what say thou, House Meehan?
So I is
Verily.
positive knowledge. No?
So I is negative knowledge, positive food. So that's
Right.
so the question is, do we try to absorb the heresy of the Horn Blaze into the cult of the Mother? And nay is negative food.
Okay.
I mean, what's food good for anyway, really?
What's food?
Let's do that. What's
I
food
thought-
when you compare it to knowledge?
I thought you were going to go food.
What is it good for?
I thought that would be too obvious and predictable, so I chose a completely different song that didn't have any relevancy.
I thought you were going to go, what is food?
Baby, don't eat me.
Right, enough of that.
Medieval
Palling
cults.
around.
On second thought, let's not go to Camelot. It is a silly place.
It was a silly place.
Now, seeing as neither of these decisions so any amount of riot, chaos, or moral abandon, I will pass.
Not a damn given. Would you like to moderate, or are you gaining power?
What does moderate do again?
In case
You
of a
get to choose
tie.
in a tie.
I've not yet had the chance to do that.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to moderate.
Okay.
I don't care.
Religion is boring. I pass.
So glad we chose the religion pathway.
all that power you've got, you've not used it.
Lolies
I
is
have
just
no
waiting for
intent-
one massive
Yeah.
splurge.
So far, I've not had any interest in
It's
what's
going to be like,
going on.
we're going to throw a big party.
The peasant
And you're
orgies have
like,
already been and gone.
Yeah, I missed my chance.
Do we try to absorb the heresy of the Horn Blaze into the cult of the Mother? Well, while I do understand that they would be less of a threat if they were part of the cult of the Mother, they are ultimately heretics. So I say no with 4 power.
Wow.
What is this?
Whoa.
What is this no you speak of?
decisions.
Look.
Oh.
right.
Here he comes.
I know I've been all right with the heretics up until now. But what's food even for, right? So I'm
What's
just
food got to do with it?
yeah,
What am I saying?
exactly. I'm just gonna tie in with that. Screw the heretics. Let's keep our knowledge.
Well, you've both sorted out the nay for me, so I'm just gonna grab some power.
Oh, that's
come
gonna be a
on.
rubbish split.
Diluting this down.
You don't use any
All you
of
do is
it.
pass.
That's why I'm not a moderator.
Well, just wait until
just
I
as-
get something that's interesting. God.
I'm imagining in the king's court, you're just literally sat there like this, like beer, like smothering in beer, holding a tankard, and they're
I
like,
drink-
"What do you
I-
think?"
I drink wine.
House
actually.
Lolies, and you're like, "Oh, I don't
Leave me alone.
I'm not the drunk one.
bring
What are
me."
you trying to say?
I choose the easiest path. All
Which
right.
is to say,
Nothing.
what happens then, Sarah?
Right, so I become leader because I voted the most.
Meehan?
Should we do the split first before
Yeah,
you
and
put your
before
stuff in?
and before I put my stuff in, as Lilies just said, we split up this power.
Can you
Got
Do you
get
some
mind
shields.
breaking down this 5 power into 5 power, please?
5 of your British powers.
You got changed for a big shield, mate.
It's the bag of power. It's
The
come back.
power bag.
Sorry, I've got nothing smaller than slight influence.
So it's is it 3 people in total passed? So that's
I think
split
it's 2 each
between
again, is it?
3.
Do you know what, mate? Keep this way.
Yeah, so there's 2 left because it has to be split equally.
Oh, I'm not passing.
Oh, you
yeah,
passed.
yeah.
Oh, sorry, you passed.
Cool.
Read. Let's see what happens then.
My power goes in here.
Oh.
There's always a fair amount in there.
Yeah, apart from the one time I passed and got some when everyone else did, apparently.
Okay. We can't compromise the purity of our cult just for political reasons, however serious they may be. The inquisitorial court continues its effort to purge the heretics from the Mark of Dualac, but this does nothing but exacerbate the clashes between the cult and the followers of the Horned Blaze. We get -3 food,
Whoa.
which is quite nasty.
Whoa, that is nasty.
1, 2, 3.
Oh,
Whoa!
God, I hope there aren't any more minuses.
And we'll just put that old accelerator on
Purging
there.
the heretics. We've just walked into Warhammer 40,000.
Yes, we are now basically space Nazis.
Anything good?
No.
No.
No? Cool.
You voted for it.
Yeah, well, I thought we might get some more knowledge.
That's all right. We don't have any money. The people are starving. They don't like us.
But we know
we've got
lots
plenty
of
of
things.
knowledge.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite not 100% sure exactly where this goes. I'm just going to check the manual.
Oh.
I think that these go in here, but I just want to double check.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
think there's a thing here when you
Yeah,
get
yeah.
down here, the thing dies as well, doesn't it?
Oh, I
Yeah,
They meant to
So I
do
think
like
I think
this.
we're supposed to be moving across this track.
Got it.
Um,
Ruli, a member of the Inquisitorial Court, went beyond the limits of his mandate by brutally killing a child, falsely accused of heresy, without a trial. Right now.
Things just.
I know
got-
you're all looking at me. People are outraged by his blatant abuse of power and demand that he be sentenced to death. The law is with them too, but a strict ruling may undermine the repressive motivation of other inquisitors. Do we sentence Ruli to death?
What are the things?
If we say aye, we get positive tower power. If we say nay, we get a negative sticker and negative public support.
Ooh. I mean, he is a child murderer.
Yeah, I think you can probably get away with killing off a child murderer, personally.
Right, it's not your turn to choose, though, is it? House
Right.
Elsum.
House Elsum. Right, so it's yes is to execute him, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Give the people a grim display. While I believe in killing heretics, I do believe that children don't necessarily need to be killed at that stage. I think that it's possible to just talk to them. So yes, we must make an example that it is not cool to kill children, even if they are heretics and sinners.
Yeah, if I don't vote aye, then it's going to look real bad on me. So I'm going to say, yeah, just throw my hand in there.
You've got this covered. I'm just going to get some power.
Same.
Get off me power.
I am a mother myself. I also say aye, and I will go in with 5.
Whoa. Going in for the power play.
Wait,
That means
can you
you'll
guys
become
go
leader.
around again? Then is this one of the ones? Okay,
yes.
I'm actually going to put more on then because I want you to. I'm going to put on 8.
Whoa!
Wow.
I mean, you've got it, so you might as well.
Might as
Right?
well flaunt it.
So, House Lolies becomes leader.
I've decided Lollington actually.
We'll just put the hammer
Oh,
away.
I can't be
that's not
moderator
yours,
and
stop it.
leader.
At no point have you been moderator because you've taken power every time.
No, but at the beginning I took the moderator thing.
Oh, did he?
And I
Okay.
stay there.
I think it's round per round.
No, it stays until somebody takes it
Yeah,
off
it
me.
stays.
Ah.
So just it auto rolls over, sort of the way
Okay.
the leader does.
Fair enough.
I will stand with House Lollington and give the people a grim display.
Yeah.
Kill the man! Oh, wow.
Alright.
Bloodthirsty over here.
I am a little bit bloodthirsty, just not child bloodthirsty.
Go on then, tell us what happens.
Well, no abuse of power will be tolerated under our rule. Following the custom of the kingdom, a misbehaving official is subject to the worst punishment they could dispense.
Death!
Ruli will be hanged at dawn in the public square in front of the Temple of the Mother. Increase this by 2.
I mean, there are worse ways to die than hanging,
Yeah,
frankly.
especially ones in my kingdom.
Yeah, where are traditional medieval tortures?
Yeah, give me the old blood eagle. Go on.
Yeah.
There is no torture worse than knowing you've disappointed the mother.
And that's done.
Blazing heresy. The heresy of the horned blaze spreads like a wildfire through the mark of Dualac. While many find refuge in the inflammatory tenets of fire and fury of the horned blaze, many among the most devoted to the mother start to retaliate against the excesses of the heretics. Religious turmoil spreads throughout the region, engulfing many villages in bloody strife, sundering families and friends. Even outside the mark of Dualac, some monasteries are repeatedly stained in bull blood, and we even hear reports that some priestesses have mysteriously disappeared.
Probably all fine. And now it's
The
over to Matt.
Yeah. Put mine into
Where's
Matt,
the thing?
to shuffle them in underneath and pick one from the bottom.
Not ideal.
It's not great.
Considering
Look,
it's-
it's not great.
It's my
This is why I passed.
section
This one
of
goes under here.
Where's the blocky?
this kingdom.
Oh, you got it.
Oh,
You've-
there you go.
Oh,
Thank you kindly.
sorry, I saw your cards and I was like, you've got it.
Okay, so... Wait, but I'm not reading the next
Wheels
one,
is
Yeah,
doing
you are.
it.
Yeah, I just did one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Okay. Laugh. Actually, this is quite a serious situation.
Sorry.
Laugh. No. A nobleman from Fairfawn has strangled his brother in his
Oh, it's a
sleep.
name. Got it, right. I was
Oh
very
God,
confused.
what happened? Before it was like, should we build a statue? Now it's like, they murdered a child, they strangled their brother. Let's go back to statue building. He claims that his brother was a follower of the Horned Blaze and was planning an attack on the local priestesses. Many, however, blame a recent quarrel between the two concerning a precious collection of historical texts that they inherited from their uncle, a renowned scholar. Laugh claims that he merely acted in defence of the cult of the mother and is willing to give up the books in exchange for a pardon. Do we grant Laugh a pardon?
Books.
Wow.
So-
Books.
These are both positive. So if we vote aye, we'll get more knowledge. If we vote nay, we'll get better public opinion.
So there may be hidden.
There may be.
I is let him go.
Yeah.
Let him go.
Nay.
I is pardon him. Nay is.
Can't hold
Do
him
not
back
pardon
anymore.
Lolies, you have the
I've got the
first
power.
vote.
What was the question again? The final question
Do we
was.
pardon the guy that strangled his brother in his sleep because he did it in defence of the mother? Or he claims to have done it?
Apparently.
And he'll give us the books.
More importantly,
Yeah.
Yes.
Books.
One and I. I'm not that invested, but
I'm very moderately invested.
actually, can I change it? I'm passing.
Oh.
Can I pass as leader?
If you want.
I for one am shocked.
Who thought that this would be the outcome?
Power in the middle.
Well, there's a lot
Just
of
pop
power.
in to be like, child murder's bad. Okay, bye.
What say you of House Elsum?
So is it pardon him?
Pardon is I. Do not
Ooh.
pardon is nay.
Well, I certainly don't want that. No, no, no. This sets a dangerous precedent. Means that everyone that kills anyone else, and we've seen this before with the decadent orgies, which you are also in support of.
I've never been an orgy in my life.
What's to stop every Tom, Dick, and Harry saying that the mother told them to kill their brother, kill their wife?
Oh yes, I know Tom, Dick, and Harry.
After that orgy, I know Dick very well.
I'm running a little bit dry at the moment.
Scandalous.
But all I have is one power. But I would be willing to compensate anyone that supports me in pursuing justice with some of my gold.
Yes, I got gold as well.
I.
Look, I'm not going to beat around the bush here. I really like books. So I'm going to go in 6 power on the eye, baby.
You're the weirdest drunk card
Get
ever.
some books.
I'm indifferent to books. I use a Kindle. I'm going to pass.
For the
They
fire.
are for fires. Same joke in our heads.
What are you going for? Power? Power.
Power, yeah. Power.
Sure.
Wars has made such a good case.
But
I'll set this one out.
I don't really care.
The drunken man speaks some sense. For once.
Whoa.
I agree. Stop killing my people.
I'm actually quite glad because I was hoping people would vote for I. Okay.
All right, it passes.
Fantastic.
He's pardoned. We get those books.
Books,
get
books,
some
books, books.
shields.
What happens, Matt?
Oh, right. Yes, it's me. So, we granted Laugh a pardon. We believe Laugh's version of the story. I don't think that's the reason he was pardoned.
No, yeah, I absolutely believe that, you know.
Yeah, something about your brother. Don't give us the books. We believe Laugh's version of the story, and we grant him the pardon he was asking for, even. To thank us for his leniency, he stays true to his promise and donates his uncle's entire collection of precious historical studies to the Royal Library, a boon for the scholars of the whole kingdom. Knowledge goes up by 3.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
so it goes up by... Does it double or
Yeah.
does it add 1?
I don't think it doubles. I think it adds 1.
Okay, so it goes up by 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to
Whoa.
16
We're so
knowledge.
smart.
Out
Oh.
of 17.
Wow, we're back in a...
This goes here.
Yes.
Is there any?
There's a skull in the
skull?
middle. Does that mean the king dies?
The king dies.
Oh, dear.
He dies laughing. He was crushed by the historical text.
Look, I've
And I was the leader.
I've remained pretty on brand here.
Oh,
Heretics bad, religion
Also, man.
nah, and child
Yeah,
death
that's
is not good, but fratricide is
Oh,
absolutely
Feel like
okay.
we've all learned something today.
Yes.
We get a gold coin for passing. Don't forget, because money does count. At the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
those-
When it counts
here.
up toward the end.
Oh, I didn't pass.
Well, this is the end, right,
Thank you.
my friend?
This is the end.
My friend.
Beautiful friend.
My dear.
Yeah.
Do you want to put your stuff in the middle there as well? Where is everyone else's shields that they spent this round? Did we put them in? Somebody
I
missed.
didn't
Oh,
put
you
any.
put an A, did you? Okay.
Yeah,
There's
but
only,
no, so
there's
I got mine back.
Wow, this is a heck of a kingdom, really. No money, no public opinion, no food, but we have great military and knowledge. So
Yeah. We're Nilfgaard.
Yes, you have a lot of books and soldiers. Okay, so let's
We're
add up.
essentially
Let's
the UK.
no, because we've got loads of knowledge here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure that tracks.
Compared to certain other
could
countries.
someone pass the quill, please?
Oh, the quill.
We will add up. Thank you.
Haunted by a ghost.
I'm going to put this at the back so it doesn't hit our. What's the name of our king?
King Harold, I believe.
Yeah.
Harold IV, right?
Yeah, let me check.
He was so beloved, we can't remember his name upon his passing.
What was the name of
Harald
that
the
king?
Fourth.
King Anonymous has passed away.
Okay, everyone. So work out how many points you got based on your secret agenda.
Right.
Oh, we should reveal these probably. and
Yeah.
Tell people. So I was an opportunist. Desperation is home for opportunities. And so my goal was basically to get everything in the bottom half of the scale. If you couldn't have guessed that already, by the way, I was just funding everything into chaos.
I was greedy. Who cares about the state if you have money? So yeah, I didn't really care about the state having any cash, but I did want things to be in the top and bottom 5. So I've got, I think I've got the highest score I could have had because I've got
Really?
one in the top and one in the bottom, which is a total of 2, which means I get 11 points.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Wow.
Heck
okay.
yeah.
Huh.
So your house wheels gets 11. I got moderate, which is a good example of me not playing to type because it would be strange for the Dukes of Natarre to play moderate. But if given a chance to pick an agenda, I will usually go for rebel or extremist, which actually, because if you look on your cards, you see that you get like little boxes next to the different secret agendas.
Oh, yeah.
And my card rewards me for being a rebel or being an extremist. So it's a good example of like you don't have to play kind of 4 points if you get an agenda that doesn't match. I just played true to what my house would do, which is demand blood endlessly. Right, who's next? Someone
How
give
many
me
points
the
did you score on your...
open agenda. So I was a moderate, which means anything between 13 and 5 I get.
So you get
So
3.
1, 2, 3, which gives me 10 points.
How many points did you
10 points.
10 points.
Because I got 3 in the bottom half.
in your end?
So Matt's on 10 as well.
I was the extremist, so I was looking.
Classic.
That's me. I was looking to have one as high up as I could, and one as far down as I could. So I didn't do amazingly, but I count the spaces between the highest one and the lowest one. That's my points. So it's 12.
Yeah, that's very good actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Meehan, what did you get?
I'm a little bit confused.
And I'm confused.
But
You wanted
There's
top half and
anything,
bottom half.
anything beyond 5.
So
Five or beyond.
you got 2, which means you get 13?
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Yeah, Rebel's a hard one, but when you get your things, it gives you a lot.
Jeez. Is it hard? It's the exact same as greedy. Blimey. Fair enough.
Okay.
I was also playing alongside my achievements,
Oh.
which is part of my house. I assume this is a long-term thing, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at all the power ahead.
And I want to curse the royal family, which means screw the king.
Yeah.
Die.
Well, he was always going to die eventually.
And also, if money
No,
is...
not unless he abdicated.
Yeah, but then he'd still die after he abdicated.
And if money is the lowest resource track at the end of the game, but I assume the end of the game is what, the end of the game, or the
Yeah,
end of
Check
the game?
each box, don't you?
yeah.
Yeah.
So you do get an achievement for well, whatever your sort of achievement is.
Achievement unlocked. No money.
Alex Meehan, achievement hunter.
Yeah, right.
So then we also get cash money points, right?
Cash
Money,
money.
money, cash.
So if you look at your secret agenda, you'll get you can see that beneath the resources that you'll get a certain amount of points based on your coin ranking. So we go through and see who has the most coins, and then we work out who's first, second, and
Then
third.
it may be Lolies.
Yeah.
We didn't really
Lolies
spend
rolling, innit?
coins.
I'm on 14.
I'm on
I've
11.
got 12.
Hang on.
I've got 12.
Damn, not in the top 3 then.
I reckon I've probably got 12 as well because
Well, it depends if
I've
we
got left
draw.
twice.
That's a
Is that
shield.
11? Oh yes. 6, 7, 8, 9.
And we started with 10,
I
right?
like this for pointing. Okay, so how many? So
Me. 4 points.
4 points. So how many coins do you have?
14.
14. Wow. Okay. So yes, you get 4 points based on your ranking coming in first. Who's next after
Me.
14? How
I've
many do you
got
have?
12.
So
I
do
also.
I.
Oh, what happens there? Do we both just score our respective points
Yeah,
because
you
we were joint
both.
ranking?
So I get 2 points.
I get
believe.
4.
Mm-hmm.
If I was first, I would have got 6.
I was first and I got 4.
I'm after that money.
Money, money, money,
Well,
cash,
it's because
cash.
you had to spend your money, I guess. I'm
Okay.
not sure on what. But
And
Dollar
how many
bills.
points do you get?
so we're both 11, so we're rank third.
Yep. we're both
Joint
rank.
third, sorry, so I got 4 points.
4
points. Whoa.
For third
Wait,
place.
what's
was
your
greedy.
objective?
If I
Yeah.
was first, I would have got 8 points.
Fair
Wow,
enough.
that is.
Yeah, greedy rewards you for the monies. Okay.
Just pass.
Yeah, just pass endlessly.
And then
Do we get anything for power? Because I've got a lot of it.
we do
got
we
14
we
power.
do get something for power. I'm just going to double
nice.
check how it's added in. It's a similar thing where it's like the first ranking, but I can't remember the exact amount of power that you get. The exact amount of points you get for ranking 1 to 3. But yes, if everyone. Open agenda. Okay, so the person with the most power gets 2 additional agenda points. The player with the second most power gets 1, and in case of a tie, both players score the bonus for the tie
I'm
position.
pretty sure that's Mr. Jarvis in second.
I've got 13.
Okay, you've got 13 power.
How much
14.
did you have, Lolies?
14.
I've got 7.
I got 0.
Wow.
I've got 1.
Powerless.
So I get 2.
Cool.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Lolies gets 2 points and Matt gets 1.
Nice.
I've got the power.
I've got the second most power.
And we haven't done any of these, but you would also get points or lose points potentially based on your open agenda, which basically, based on the stickers, give you sort of tokens that can increase or decrease your kind of points. So, for example, if you had a negative agenda sticker for, say, food, if the food was negative at the end of the game, you might lose points
Right.
based on that. They can cripple you, but they can also give you power if you got a positive one. All right, so let's total these up. We have 15 in total for wheels. We have 11 in total for Sara.
Woo!
We have 15 in total for Matt.
Wow. Wait, did we draw?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
13, 14, 15. We got 18 in total for Lolies.
Oh,
And we got 15 in total for Meehan.
wow.
So
3 people drew.
First,
Lolies.
second,
Yeah.
third.
Lolies.
For the person that just sat everything out.
Yeah.
It was like,
Lolies won by doing nothing.
yeah.
I did do something.
Right, you can clean that up, mate.
I did do something. I played the game excellently. I was true to my house. True to my house. Very important. That's all. That's my speech.
Great.
I win.
Justice
Good
was
speech.
not served.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Well, thanks.
I'm gonna have some chicken for dinner. Sorry.
Thanks very much for watching this Let's Play of King's Dilemma. Thank you to Sara for teaching it to us. This was wacky. I think we probably lost some of the aspects that you would have got from the main campaign because we didn't have the everlasting effects.
Yeah.
And from some of the stories that you told me, without wishing to delve into spoilers, it sounds pretty nuts. We also only played with 5 of a possible, what, like 12 houses, something like that? Or maybe 10?
Yeah, I think there's 12 to select from, but it does only suit up to 5 players at one time.
So like, there's lots of different variation in that. There's like technology communists and
tech communists.
all kinds of weird and wacky roles that you can play as. And obviously, there's a huge stack of envelopes with all of those story beats in, which is really cool. And you'll be able to go. I'm guessing you'll be able to go through them at your own sort of pace. So it doesn't matter which envelope comes after it. You're just sort of, right, we did this, now we're going to open this one and put that into the story file, which is pretty cool.
So when you're playing as part of the campaign, these bits here get really like filled up because you have lots of ongoing stories happening simultaneously. So if we were to play it again, we might get more on the Horned Blaze, or we might just start a completely new tangent. And these also complete as well once they have enough cards in them. So they actually come to like an interesting conclusion as well, which is quite nice.
Cool.
It's funny because I played this demo version at Essen, and it was completely different. Like the second card that came out was one of the squirrely whirly one, the second one essentially. So our storyline went a completely different way, and like I don't remember how that played, to be honest.
We probably could play this again and have a completely different story, which is pretty sweet. And like the writing wasn't terrible, and it was short, which is not usually something that you experience in these kind of games, which is really nice. So yeah, it was pretty cool. look out for a very, very in-depth review after 15 sessions of King's Dilemma from Sara.
There's
on
a
Dicebreaker.com.
there's a preview up already. The first 5.
Yes,
games?
I've done a preview of the first 5 games where we track all the horrible things that we did to the kingdom and to each other. It's a lot of fun, and there will be a full review coming of that, because actually the game also introduces new mechanics as it goes on.
Oh wow!
So as you kind of get past around like game 4 and game 5, new stuff starts coming out, which I won't reveal because that would be spoilery. But basically, it actually changes quite a lot, and in the way that it has these very complex storylines, it also throws quite a lot of different mechanics at you, which is very fun. Like, I've been enjoying that. It's been a real surprise.
Right, we'll pop a link in the description for that little preview article, but make sure you do head on over to Dicebreaker.com for lots of other lovely editorial content from these 3 right here. If you'd like to see more of me and Lolies, if that's your bag, if you like punishing yourself, then we're right here on youtube.com/Dicebreaker. So give us a subscribe by clicking on the big button right here. You can also click on 2 Lolies, you're not in frame. You can also click on these 2 videos here for some recommendations of what we think you should watch next. And if you click on the bell icon below this, then you'll also get a little notification every time we put a video live. Thanks very much for watching, and have a lovely day.